Imagine stepping onto the streets of New York City exactly 100 years ago. The skyscrapers are rising higher than ever before. Jazz music spills from hidden clubs. Thousands of immigrants crowd the sidewalks. Horses still share the streets with automobiles. And beneath the glittering lights of Manhattan, an entirely different city is taking shape. This is New York in the 1920s, a city racing toward the future while still holding on to pieces of the past. Tonight, we're going back in time to walk its streets, hear its sounds, and witness the world that transformed New York into the city we know today. The year is 1926. The First World War is over. America is booming. Factories are producing goods at record speed. Money flows through Wall Street. New technologies are changing everyday life. More than 6 million people now call the city home. Every week, ships arrive, carrying newcomers from Europe and beyond, each hoping to build a better life in America. Above them, steel skeletons climb into the sky. Below them, a city never stops moving. To understand New York today, we first need to see it as it was a century ago. So, close your eyes for a moment and imagine stepping out onto a Manhattan street in 1926. The first thing you notice is the noise. Car horns echo between buildings. Street vendors shout over one another. Trolley bells ring in the distance. The clatter of horse hooves mixes with the rumble of trucks and buses. The smell of gasoline hangs in the air, but so do the scents of roasted chestnuts, fresh bread, cigars, and coal smoke. The sidewalks are packed. Men hurry to work wearing suits, ties, and felt hats. Women walk in elegant dresses, carrying handbags and shopping parcels. Newsboys weave through the crowds selling newspapers with headlines from around the world. The city feels alive. Every corner is crowded with people chasing opportunity. Above the streets, elevated train tracks cast moving shadows across the pavement. Every few blocks, massive advertisements tower over pedestrians, promising cigarettes, automobiles, and the latest Hollywood films. New York already feels like the center of the modern world, but its greatest transformation is still happening overhead. Look upward. Construction crews balance on narrow steel beams hundreds of feet above the streets. There are few safety harnesses, no modern helmets, just courage and experience. New York is in the middle of a skyscraper revolution. Each new building aims to be taller and more impressive than the last. The skyline is changing almost monthly. The iconic Chrysler Building has not yet been completed. The Empire State Building doesn't even exist, yet cranes dominate the horizon. Everywhere, workers rivet steel into place, while clouds drift between unfinished towers. Many of these laborers are immigrants. Others are Native American iron workers from the Mohawk community, famous for their ability to work fearlessly at great heights. Far below, crowds stop to watch the city climb toward the clouds. For many residents, these buildings symbolize something larger than architecture. They represent ambition, a belief that the future has no limits. Leave the business districts and enter the crowded neighborhoods where much of New York's population lives. The atmosphere changes immediately. Laundry hangs between apartment buildings. Children play stickball in narrow streets. Families gather on fire escapes during hot summer evenings. In neighborhoods like the Lower East Side, dozens of languages can be heard within a single block: Italian, Yiddish, Polish, Russian, German, Greek. Entire communities have formed around shared cultures and traditions. Life here is not easy. Many families live in cramped tenement apartments. Several generations may share only a few rooms. Yet these neighborhoods are filled with energy. Small bakeries open before sunrise. Barbershops buzz with conversation. Street markets overflow with fresh produce and imported goods. For millions of people, these streets are the first chapter of their American story. And together, they are reshaping the identity of New York itself. As evening falls, another side of New York awakens. Electric lights illuminate Broadway. The theater district glows like a beacon. Crowds gather outside grand cinemas and packed performance halls. This is the Roaring Twenties, an era of music, fashion, and cultural change. Jazz sweeps across the city. In Harlem, musicians perform late into the night. Dance halls pulse with energy. New artistic movements emerge. Writers, poets, and performers gather to create something entirely new. The Harlem Renaissance is transforming American culture. For many New Yorkers, these neighborhoods become centers of creativity and expression. The city feels youthful, restless, exciting. Anything seems possible. Yar